Soy Dog has grown tremendously over the last few years. From its humble beginnings of a small handful of people, we now have about 200 staff members located all around the globe.
Soy Dog started, coming up to 16 years ago now, when myself and Jill took early retirement and moved here along, and we met a Dutch expat who'd also retired here at the same time. And together we started Soy Dog. But in the beginning it was literally just the three of us picking dogs up, taking them to local vets, generally at our own expense, and when we could, bringing overseas vets over who would do mobile clinics for us, and we'd be the nurses, the dog catchers and everything else. And in the first 15 months, we managed to sterilise 1,400 dogs, which seemed a lot then. But if you look today, we're now sterilising over 100,000 dogs a year this year.
Growth has been the key, and we've grown phenomenally, especially in recent years, both in terms of numbers of people, in terms of infrastructure, number of dogs handled, and in terms of global reach. We've now become more of a global brand. We rely on supporters throughout the world. We rely on adopters throughout the world. We market all over the world. So we have far greater exposure now, which is a good thing, but at the same time, greater exposure means exposure to the negative elements possibly, and therefore greater risk, which obviously needs to be managed. With the huge digital transformation that we've gone through, then there are three key areas for us that we need to be concerned about. And one is data loss, and the other is brand protection, and the other is attack surface. And we really have to protect all of these assets in every way we can. And Digital Shadows we couldn't ask for a better partner in allowing us to tackle these problems.
We've adopted lots of new technologies, and that includes cloud-based platforms, social media platforms. The advancement of mobile technologies means lots of our staff use mobile phones, tablets. As the digital landscape is changing, I'm proactive and monitoring our digital risk and making sure we're ahead of the curve. So that's why we spoke to Digital Shadows.
Soy Dog started here on the island of Phuket in 2003. And the focus was very much on the island itself. And since then, because of our very generous donor base throughout the globe, we've been able to extend our reach across Thailand, into Bangkok, into other areas of Thailand also, and further help out other countries such as Vietnam, China, and in Korea. Soy Dog has become very international. We are 100% funded through donations. Currently, 95% of those donations come internationally. So for the sake of this little fella here, we're really having to undergo a digital transformation, change the very way we operate, open up new avenues in terms of fundraising, in terms of adoptions, exposing ourselves, if you like, in a positive way out to new markets. But with that exposure to new markets comes exposure to fresh risks. And it's those risks that we really have to focus on and make sure we have adequate protection.
Digital Shadows, we help our customers understand the risks from digital transformation, digital risk. All organisations have a digital footprint that helps them do their business. It helps them find new donors. It helps get the brand out into the environment. But at the same time, there are a bunch of new risks that come from the changes in the way that we use technology. At Digital Shadows, we have a platform we call Searchlight that's looking at the open, the deep and the dark web, helping our customers understand data loss, protecting their brand and looking at their attack surface. And Searchlight does that on a constant basis, manages those risks for our customers. Digital Shadows is incredibly proud with our partnership with Soy Dog. They do incredibly valuable and wonderful work here. And I think we noticed that the organisation was transforming digitally, growing, doing lots more valuable work, and we really want that to scale. We want the organisation to get all the benefits, get all the donations, carry on doing that great work, but not having to worry about the risks of using new technology. So a great opportunity for us to work with.
It's been brilliant working with the Digital Shadows team, a really great team, taking us through the process from start to finish. Really made it easy for us. It's great to have them on board, and we're really looking forward to working with Digital Shadows in the future.
The mission of Soy Dog, very simply, is to see a day when there are no more homeless dogs and cats, not only in Thailand, but anywhere. And we see an end to unwanted little ones like this being brought into the world.